Hey, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Evan. I'm a personal trainer, and this is my channel. And let's go ahead and get on into it. So it is the new year. It's 2021, like I said in my last video. Anyways, you're really excited, you're really motivated, and you want to get to your goals, health and fitness wise. And, we had some trouble getting to those goals sometimes, like with this whole entire pandemic going on and gyms being closed, and for a lot of us that was our go-to for exercise. So this year you decided to pull the trigger with going to an outdoor gym, or your local gym has now converted into an outdoor gym so you're able to go back, or you also decide to say, you know what, screw it with all these gyms, I'm gonna make my own in my garage, in a spare room, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your fancy. And yeah, you want to get to it, so you pulled the trigger and you did it, and you want to get back at it, and after months and months of layoff. But want to be careful. Why I say that is that actually the whole entire purpose of this video is, you want to get back into the swing of things, but you also want to prevent injury. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why we get injured after coming back and how we can prevent injury and actually get back to where we once were, and to crush our goals for this year. Or we want to get to it. We've been off for 3 or 4 months, or however long or however short a time that you've had a layoff from the gym. And so you go ahead and you get back into a gym, you find some way to get back into lifting weights, and you want to go to it, you want to rock out, you want to have a good time, you want to do clanging and banging, and you want to just go for it, and you want to do the same workouts that you did before the pandemic or before that layoff. And when you get back to them, doing those weights that may have seemed easy or just moderate at the time now seem really excruciatingly tough. Like they're really tough, and the easy weight becomes super heavy. Now, what ends up happening is if you do tend to do this, you're in a higher chance and a higher risk of actually getting injured, because now that weight is harder and our form may go to the wayside because it's a lot heavier than what we expected it to be. Now, the reason why this is that it's very easy for our bodies and our muscles to become deconditioned and detrained. The thing is with strength and strength training, and especially if you're doing barbell lifts, if you stop doing them for a certain amount of time, the strength that you once had will go down, and that is just something that will happen. And you know what? It's okay. When we get back to the gym, there are 2 type of hits that we take, one physically and one to our egos. The physical one is that, well, if you're trying to do the same weight as you did before the pandemic or before that layoff, then you're at a higher risk of getting injured because your form might be off because the weight is too heavy for you to produce a proper form for a set, and something may go wrong and you might injure yourself and then be out for even longer, which is not what we want to do. The second hit is to your ego because, well, you were once lifting heavier weights and you're feeling great and you're feeling so accomplished because you accomplished so much and you got to your goals, and or you pushed past the expectations of what you thought you were going to do. And yeah, coming back, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard to do. Just like what you thought was easy or what you thought was your warm-up is now actually a lot harder. And so all that hard work seems to be for naught because now you're back at square one again, or so it seems. But what do I have to say about all of that? Well, listen, it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. So it's a lot harder to get there than to get back to there. What I mean by that is that, sure, yeah, it took you a lot of time to get you to your strength goals or to your aesthetic goals, and you may have fallen off, and that's okay. Life happens and things get in the way sometimes. What's great though is that it's easier to get back to that place that you once were, because actually muscle memory comes into effect. Your body kind of remembers the type of path. It kind of understands, like, okay, oh yeah, I remember I was here once, so I can do it again. So it's a lot quicker to get back to those strength goals or those goals that you did have or you accomplished before the layoff. What I'm trying to say is, or when you're coming back into the gym, any type of gym, whether that be your home gym that you just set up, whether it is like you went back to your local gym that has converted into an outdoor gym, or if you just got back into a gym in general somehow, some way, take your time, know that it's a process, just like how it always is, and focus on baby steps to get back to where you once were, and then to go and continue to crush your goals in this new year. Now, to do that, what would I suggest you do? Well, first understand, again, give yourself an ego check. Yes, things are going to be a lot heavier when you first come back, or things are not going to feel right when you first come back into the gym. You're going to be a little rusty, and that's okay. Get back into the habit of actually going to the gym or exercising in general first. Again, it's easier said than done. You want to go ahead and you want to do what you were once doing and feel good about it, but sometimes that could be a little tough. But to develop the habit again of going back to the gym, even if it's just for 5, 10, 15 minutes, just spending some time recreating that habit of, okay, I'm going to go to the gym now, or I'm going to go exercise now. It becomes more habitual. It becomes more clockwork the more that you do it. Now, the next tip is to find out like what you were doing and do half of that. Do half the intensity, so half the load of whatever type of exercise you were doing. Start out small. Maybe do 1 to 2 sets of certain body groups and do them once or twice a week with half to 60% of what you were once doing before the layoff. And then each week start to progress a little by either intensity or volume, and go from there until you're at a place where you're feeling comfortable, not only with just being in the gym again, but feeling comfortable with the weights that you're lifting. Slow, gradual progression until you get back to where you once were. This could take anywhere from a month. Sometimes it could take a little bit longer than that though. That's totally fine, depending on how long you've been out for. It's just, this is something that you can do. Slow and steady, and then you'll get there. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. So what I read was that people tend to do too much, too fast, after not doing it for too long. So what I mean by that is that if you're going in to the gym, obviously don't go full 100% of what you think you can do, because again, in your head, it's like, oh, well, I did this weight 6 months ago. I could probably do it. It's no big deal. See, that's going to be a big recipe for disaster, and you might hurt yourself, and then you'll be out for even longer. And then when you come back, it's going to be even longer progression to get back to where you are. Or you could just kind of be patient and just focus on establishing the habit of being back at the gym and exercising regularly, establishing the mind to muscle connection, and then reestablishing your form. This is a great opportunity to focus on form and technique, as well as kind of getting back into the swing of doing everything else that we love to do in the Iron Paradise with the clanging and the banging. Anyways, this is just a short video today, guys, and I hope that you guys are having a great week. I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and it's actually a really hot one. I'm actually sweating in my room, and it's a little toasty, it's a little warm, and yeah. Anyways, thank you again for watching, and if you're new, please like and subscribe. And if you guys have any other suggestions that you want me to answer, please feel free to comment down below, and let's get to it. So yeah, 2021, let's go, get it.